What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Synthetix. Synthetix is having an incredibly strong summer. So I wanted to actually have a review and look at it um, because fundamentally Synthetix has some of the biggest investors in the world that have been backing it for a while. So we'll take a look at the overall state of Synthetix. Before I do, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. I had you invested $100 into each of these when I release videos about them. You're still holding all the crypto, you've been profit for around 14k. If, however, you'd have banked your profits during the bull cycle, you would have made 123k. That is literally the difference between a bull cycle and bear. If you want to see the coins I'm buying up in the bear cycle, the ones I think are going to have that explosive gains in the following bull cycle, you can check out Copy My Crypto. Everything on there can be verified because it's all off of my YouTube channel. And if the page resonates with you and you want to join, please do. But if you don't, keep watching the YouTube channel because, guys, without you, there is no channel. Right, Synthetix. Synthetix over the last 3 months has had a pretty damn good time. So about 33% growth. But when you actually look at the bottom that it reached in sort of June, it's effectively trebled or thereabouts. So really strong summer. Trading volume on Synthetix continues to be good. So when you look at Synthetix, fundamentally, obviously this is a DeFi crypto. It is also what effectively is going to be the new playground for investments, which are the synthetic assets. And you've got huge investors, Coinbase, obviously 3 Arrows, that obviously went tits up, but Defiance, Framework, Alameda, Parafy, Paradigm, Spartan. And when you actually take a look at the funding rounds that they've had, obviously their lead investors are Coinbase Ventures, IOSG Ventures, Paradigm, and Framework Ventures, which are obviously massive investors. Now, fundamentally, Synthetix Protocol is backed by so many very well-known investors in the space talk about Synthetix because obviously the premise is that you can invest in synthetic assets. And when you take a look at the synths, obviously you've got synthetic dollar, synthetic Bitcoin, synthetic Ethereum, Link, Avalanche, Sol, Matic, the Euro, but that's paused, Uniswap, and Aave. But they're L1 synths as well. You've got, the Australian dollar, the Japanese yen, the pound, the Swiss franc, the South Korean won, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, Aave, Polkadot, ETH, Bitcoin, and DeFi, like a synthetic DeFi index. So it's a really cool and different way to fundamentally start playing around with the overall markets without dealing with the huge costs of trading fees. Because when you are dealing with an investment broker, you're always paying a fee every time you make a decision or anytime you make an investment. And the removal of that, and yes, you're not holding the underlying assets because they're synthetics, but it allows people to get exposure into markets that they normally wouldn't because the barrier to entry is so high. Because, I know investment firms where they'll charge you, anytime you do a transaction, anytime you want to make an investment, they're going to charge you like a 50 quid fee. So a lot of people that want to be investors or want to invest in, either whether it's the forex or overall or underlying just currencies, there's a lot of people that are priced out of being able to do that because the trading fees or the cost for dealing with a broker is higher than the amount some people can invest. So this actually removes a huge barrier for a lot of people and should open people's opportunities up to investing in different markets that they would normally not have the opportunity to be exposed to. And Synthetix is loved by a lot of big investors, and I've spoken about this. Obviously, you've got the VC firms bit, there's people like Tika Tawari that's spoken about his long-term belief of Synthetix. You've got Kathy Wood, um, for ARC that has spoken about Synthetix, and I sort of see the vision for Synthetix as a real change in what people's opportunities are. So it's possible to mint a stock from the US market like Tesla and have a synthetic representation of it, and that is cool that you can be able to do this. All SNX that's used to mint the different types of synthetic assets are pooled in one pool, and each synthetic token minted represents a debt taken from the liquidity pool. So having a larger pool providing liquidity helps diminish the pressure on the synthetic tokens peg. And the protocol's main innovation is to allow the user to exchange one synth for another in a really simple way. It's such a Synthetix, when it came around, was basically the first of its kind. Obviously, there's been iterations of this since, but Synthetix is still the blue chip example of a DeFi Synthetix protocol. And they've had, in the last couple of months, releases and integrations for SNX on 1inch, which is obviously the DEX aggregator. This again is a really nice way for additional exposure and additional liquidity for Synthetix. And then they've also begun Optimism utilization. So Optimism obviously launched their layer 2, and the list of protocols that now use Synthetix on Optimism is very, very large, with a special mention to Quenta, which acts like a spot and derivatives exchange. But again, love the fact that you'll get, again, having the opportunity to use Synthetix in multiple different spaces now. And the incentives are growing. I mean, the earning return is actually really massive now. By staking SNX, you receive a share of the revenues collected by the protocol. And as you can see, 36.72%, really strong returns. And the chart here, you can see the fees that have been collected on Synthetix. And as you can see, Optimism's perpetual futures is where the majority of fees have been earned. But even 1 day fees to 7 day fees, like the 1 day fees, $422,000 worth of 1 day fees, where 317 were on Optimism. But an average daily of the 7 day average for the fees was 233,000. That's bloody good. If you are a staker, these fees are paid to you. There is a real, and as there's going to be a bigger wave of people wanting to invest outside of or in new areas, if you're a Synthetix staker, you're going to really earn quite well. And long term, obviously, as people want to use Synthetix more, you end up having to use your Synthetix or whatever as collateral, and it gets locked up in pools. So there's less circulating over time, even with the fees and the inflation that you get from staking. And 54% of the overall tokens are out right now. Down the line, the other 46% will be released. But overall, Synthetix at one point hit sort of $27. So it is almost a sixth of the almost a seventh of the original price, and of the all-time high. And you could completely see Synthetix having another real wild run. And I wouldn't be surprised if that all-time high is broken in the next bull cycle, because people want to use it. It's an opportunity to invest in a different set of assets there is a huge barrier to entry for a lot of people. And obviously now with the Optimism integration, fees are reduced. And Synthetix is looking goddamn good. Looking really good, even though they've not had huge developments or anything. But Synthetix version 3 is going to be out hopefully by the back end of this year. And that's going to have liquidity as a service, and simplified staking and permissionless asset creation. Again, that's going to be a real opportunity for people to start minting and participating in different forex trading, which that's the appeal. And Synthetix will continue to have appeal. And long term, I do think this is a winner. There's a reason that you've got some of the biggest investors in the world getting in on Synthetix. Yeah, it's just set to be a titan. But what do you guys think? Are you bearish on Synthetix? Are you bullish on Synthetix long term? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when new content's coming out, and let me know what your thoughts are on Synthetix. Do you think we're going to see a wave of the younger generation being able to invest in the forex markets thanks to these crypto protocols? And is there a big appeal? Let me know down below. And if you guys want to see the coins I'm buying up in this bear cycle, the ones that I think are going to have the massive gains in the following bull cycle, then come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share everything I'm doing. If you want to see those coins, those massive gains, like I said, Phantom would do 100x. I did a $20 course talking about how good Phantom was. And those people that took that course made a mint because it was outstanding. And when I find the next Phantom, obviously the members will get in on it. So if you want to know what that is, just click the link in the description, go to the site and join me. And take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.